Assalamu Alaikum everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So this is one of the videos that I get genuinely excited about. Every time I do it, I really get excited about sharing with the community. And the reason I said that is because it's one of those things that when I first started, the whole thing was all about sharing my journey. And what I used to do is just share my portfolios with everyone. Just say, you know what, this is me, this is what I'm doing. Go away and do your own research, and yeah, if you want to follow the journey, just follow me. And this is how it all started, and alhamdulillah, it's been absolutely wonderful to have 10,000 of you following over the last whatever years. And it is wonderful to see people just emailing me regularly just now and just talking about all types of financials, all types of investment. And it is amazing. It's genuinely, the community has grown so much, and I get excited about this part because basically I just want to kind of showcase what I'm doing, but at the same time, remember, I'm not just showing off. I'm just saying this is what is possible, and I just hope that you get a lot out of these, especially this video. The other stock analysis ones, yes, they are great when we talk about individual stocks that you probably might or might not want to invest in. But the overall goal is basically what we're all trying to achieve is basically be independent, right? Financially free and all of those things. And that's what we're trying to do here. If you are new, and I know there's a lot of new brothers and sisters who've joined the community for quite a bit, in the last few months. My name is Mohammed, and my journey has been quite straightforward in the last 5 years. I've started this portfolio that you see in front of you in 2020 when the COVID happened around May time. I was investing before then with a different channel, with different brokers, but I moved to trading 212 basically around May 2020. Since then, I've been trying to max my ISA account. ISA is basically a tax advantage account where I can put £20,000 every single month, every single year. And by this, basically, I don't get taxed at all. The dividends and any price appreciation on all the capital gains and so on, I don't get taxed at all, which is quite nice to have that. Basically, in the UK, I think other countries do have it, but it's just a slightly smaller amount, if you like. So yeah, it's been a wonderful journey. What I'm gonna do today is just kind of share with you guys the companies that paid me, how much I've got paid in terms of dividends, in terms of the property side of things as well. I want to show you how much I've got in terms of my rental income, and then top of that, we look at all the buys and sells, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do moving forward with some of the companies that I have and so on. But yeah, so the whole purpose of building this portfolio was just to kind of hopefully help me live off just the dividends that I receive from these companies. Again, dividends is not the only option for me. I'm trying to diversify away from try to basically have a portfolio of properties and portfolio of stocks, and the two of them inshallah should be able to help me in the long run. But yeah, so let's see how it goes, and it's just going to be a wonderful journey, I hope, and then I'll take you along and we'll talk about it. If you haven't joined us at the Patreon account, do so, because it genuinely helps the channel a long way. And you can send me basically your portfolios, just like the one I'm doing now. Like I normally talk about my portfolios. It's also nice to see other brothers and sisters who have sort of built similar sort of portfolios, and basically a lot more ETFs, a lot more, some of them are growth, some of them are not. So I've basically done, I don't know, about over 30 something of them over the last couple of weeks, and it's been absolutely amazing because I've learned so much, and I hope the brothers and sisters who've sent me gain something out of my the fact I've given them feedback and so on. So yeah, let's build this community. Let's help each other inshallah in the long run. I've started this whole thing to share my journey. I'm not a financial advisor, and one of the things I like to do is just be honest and transparent with people. And I'm not here to tell you, by the way, you should buy this stock, it's going to go to the moon. I'm not like that. I'm not doing basically forex trading or any trading or anything like that, or day trading. I don't do these CFDs and all of these things because I don't see any value in them. Even the halal haram, I don't really care, because I'm just buy and hold sort of a person. I just want to stay calm and do the things that I know I can control, rather than just trying to be but doing day trading and all of the other things. I've got brothers who do it, who want to do it, and whether it's Sharia compliant or not, I don't go into that. I'm not a scholar, so there's a lot of things going around. So just put your head down, buy high quality businesses, hold them for a long run, and then see how it goes. Okay, with that said, let's get started with the companies that we're going to talk about today. And that is, first one we're talking about today is the automatic data processing. This is how much money I have it right now. So sometimes it's slightly basically higher than what I paid for. So a little bit gains, included some gains. Some of them include some basically also it can be the opposite. So I've invested £5,000 for example, and right now it's slightly down to £480 or whatever. So just that's my holdings basically currently. And year to date basic performance, I just want to just let you know how it performed year to date against the S&P 500, which is I think is about 8% or whatever it is, dividend yield, and then how much they paid me. So this is basically how much they paid me, £23.83. Now this is one of the companies I've had in the portfolio quite some time. I would like to continue this one and probably do a analysis on this one because I haven't done it in ages to see whether it's a buy or hold and see where we go from there. But for now, it's definitely hold for me. I really like the company. This is a one that I have been buying heavily for quite some time now, Canadian Natural Resources. I don't know what I'm going to do is at the end of the video I'm going to post I normally post a portfolio update for the Patreon account for basically the family portfolio, any change, whatever, the whole portfolio, as well as this one. And I normally include the price, the average prices for each stock in pounds and so on. So I'm going to include that on there. So I couldn't include all this information in here. So if you're part of the Patreon account, you'll get access to that, inshallah. Otherwise, you will see me talk about it in the videos, inshallah. There's no harm, not basically just waiting for a bit longer. So this one is down quite a lot, not a lot, but it's about 3%, 4%, and I have been buying. So the dividend yield right now is 5.5%, which is absolutely amazing. £36.33 is what they paid me for the month of July. And yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this one. Not only hold on to it, basically I'm buying more. My target is right now is about 200 shares. And like I said, you will get access to that one, inshallah, on the Patreon account very soon. So yeah, 200 basically is the target, inshallah. Let's see where we go. Merck is another one that has been down a lot. And I was actually surprised it's to over 20%. Just ridiculous for this company. But look at the basically dividend yield right now, over 4%. They paid me £32. They have been paying basically the similar amount for the last, I think, about 2-3 years, which is nice. It's slightly increased. This is one of those dividend growth companies that I really like. So year to date, although basically we're down 20%, the stock is right now about for $80 per share, which is basically around where my average is. I think my average is 78, 79. So I need this to be below 70 for me to buy a bit more, inshallah. So that's my plan, but I still need to get to 100 shares. I think I own about 63 or so. This is the one that I've sold recently. I've talked about it in another video, so I'm not going to do that now. Right now, Cube is no longer in the part of the portfolio, but they paid me over £30. And what I'm going to do is, because of course the fact that the company went not Sharia compliant, I'm donating that money, inshallah. So I'm just going to pay that to give it to Sadaqah, inshallah, for that one. Next one is Salesforce. Salesforce, of course, they paid me £3.76. It's a dividend growth company for the long run. I think that's what it's going to be. Right now, they started about a year ago. The yield is very low, but at the same time, it's one of the surprising. Like, I was really surprised when I was doing the research yesterday. To like 25% down a year to date, when the S&P 500 is done well. All the Magnificent Seven are doing great. This one has done absolutely nothing. So my new fresh money going into the portfolio in the next few weeks, majority of it will be going to this one here, because 25% down, although I own it in the family portfolio and I don't want to own more than 10-15% into of this company in my portfolio is actually value. It is I think it's a bargain right now, 25 basically percent down from where it was about a year ago. That's absolutely crazy. So yeah, we'll see how that one goes. EOG Resources, the next one, 3,600 is basically my investment so far. I'm down, I think, a little bit, about 5% down a year to date. Dividend yield of 3.5. Really high quality business. I will check in recently how much is expected to grow. I think it's a little mid single digits and double digits. Growth expected, EPS expected. I think that's what it was. So yeah, I think this is one very cyclical business. So this year was down. Next year, I'm sure it will be up, and hopefully it will bounce back very soon. Another one that I'm actually slowly buying here there whenever I get a opportunity because I don't think I have enough energy stocks in the portfolio. I'm trying to build a portfolio that is sort of a balanced and not just, I'll show you the diversification of the portfolio in a second. Dividend received was £25.62 for this month. The next one is really genuinely one of my now favorite REITs, and that is Mid-America Apartment Communities. And as you can see here, that's how much I've invested. It's down almost at 10%. Dividend yield has gone up now because of that, 4.33, which is absolutely fine. Almost to £40 they paid me since then. Since then, I think I've added to it because the money that came from Cube a lot of it went here. So we'll see, inshallah, and the next one I think will be a way more than where we are right now. So hopefully I can double that, maybe £80 basically also moving forward in terms of the quarterly. I've included in video just for the future references. I want to look back at this video in 10 years and say, remember the time they used to pay 0.02, because I need this company to start growing that dividend because they do have a lot of money. But I love the fact that the company is growing the revenue every single year, and just they need to focus on growth side of things right now. But yeah, I'm up a lot, since I actually bought the car. I wish I bought more. I think I'm up almost now 70-80% since I bought the stock. Look at it right now, it's about 30% up, basically up for year to date, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, they paid me 0.09 basically pounds, so it's 9 pence. But yeah, let's see how it goes in the next couple of years. So that's the total. That's all the companies that paid me. This is the total amount that I've been paid in this month, £192. Now, can you imagine? This is what we always say: passive income. Especially if you live in the Western world, where a lot of things is going on right now. UK, everything seems doom and gloom. Everything is expensive, genuinely, like it's really, really expensive. So what we're trying to do here is just trying to diversify our income, because that's the one of the most important things. I've been reading I've had a little bit of time this summer, and I'm just trying to read as much as I can just to understand like where am I now, just kind of refresh at times, because when you're at work and you just like on the auto mode kind of thing, you never stop thinking, you just carry on, like you basically automatically doing everything, you like literally not stopping. So right now I kind of stopped and start set back and say, okay, where am I heading? And so I've got a lot of plans and things that I want to execute, inshallah, in the long run. But one of the things I was thinking about is just one of the things I've realized is we really need to have multiple incomes from like whatever we're doing. Like there's no, whether it's investment, whether it's a side hustle, whether it's something else, you need to diversify your income, especially if you live in the UK or America, which is like things are becoming ridiculously expensive. So just one salary cannot basically be your main source of income. And that's what I'm trying to do, inshallah, in the long run. And if this becomes a thing, and in the long run can give me half of my salary for the next at least 5 years time. In 5 years time, if I can get half of my salary from this, and then maybe the other half can come from other things, that would be absolutely amazing. That would be genuinely a dream come true. But inshallah, like that's why I'm not really focused on buying with companies, this and that. I'm just focusing on the long run and thinking, where do I need to be in 5 years down the line, not where do I need to be tomorrow. Okay, so that $255, it goes a long way. Okay, it goes a long way, trust me. So the income from the rental income was basically from the rental was £502, including the dividends. That means we got about £700. That £700 pays for a lot of things, okay, in my household anyway. And this is the goal, guys. Just the I don't know if you are in a similar situation as me. I'm basically 38 now, and I know there's a lot of brothers who are in their mid-20s, which is absolutely wonderful place to be right now. If you've got a job and maybe you're not married yet, maybe you haven't got any kids or responsibility, brothers, honestly, sisters, just wake up. Invest. By the time you get to my age, I promise you probably will be 1,000% better position than I am right now. Okay, I wish someone hold my hand and just say, stupid, get up, wake up, because I did make quite good money over the last whatever years, the last 15 years I've been working, whatever. But the issue is no one tells you these things, and you have to learn, and this is what I'm trying to do. Look, I get messages from people saying, you're doing this, you're telling people lies, whatever. I'm like, bro, how am I lying to you? I'm showing you my portfolio day in, day out, like week in, week out, like every single week. I'm showing you what I'm investing, why I'm investing, what I'm selling, why I'm selling. Like, come on, just to name one other person or two other people that on YouTube or whatever who are genuinely sharing these kind of things with you and trying to do the Sharia compliance side of things without basically buying haram, halal, basically stuff every single day. So the moral of the story is, guys, think about your long-term plan. Right now, that is the money that I've received for this month. That's the money that comes from my rental income. Inshallah, my long-term plan is to increase that rental income, so a couple of more properties, and then include building this portfolio along the way. And we'll see, inshallah. But the other thing I haven't actually talked about lately is the fact that I've got one more installment to pay for the house that I'm buying right now. That once that installment is over, I'm going basically all in with this portfolio. I'm going to buy minimum £2,000 a month, inshallah, moving forward, because I cannot not basically max my ISA account next year, because this year I didn't. I think it was £5,000 short, so I still put £15,000 despite the everything else I was doing. So alhamdulillah, that was really good, and I'm gonna try to max it this year. In fact, I might even max it early on and then use the investor account or whatever it is. Inshallah, that's the long-term plan. We'll see. I'll let you guys know how it goes. But yeah, that's basically all the dividends received. Now let's talk about when we started and where we're heading. So 2020 is when we started, and that's £163, and right now, last year we were £1,894. That's how much we made for the whole year. This year we're £1,474, and July and September and December are the two biggest months, so I'm expecting closer to £500 each month just for those 2 months. So inshallah, I think we will definitely beat this easily by the end of this year, inshallah. Let's see how it goes. Okay, and then these are the sales. So the ones that I'm basically trimmed this year was Qualcomm and Air Products and Chemicals. Both companies are really great. Both of them are very cyclical businesses. This one I took some profit off the table because it's gone up quite a bit, and at the same time, it's the free cash flows always worry me a little bit. And yeah, I took some profit off the table, just sold only 5 shares. I still own, I think, over £4,000 of stocks anyway. And Qualcomm is another one that actually the day after I sold it, basically went down quite a bit. But alhamdulillah, I'm still holding on to my other 20 shares or whatever I've got. And then I've been buying more of Novo, for example. This is a buy, by the way, that's not a sell. And Cube is another one that I've actually sold as well, like I've said earlier. And these are all the buys. And a lot of them is Canadian Natural Resources, EOG Resources, and then what else have we got here? We got MSCI. So MSCI, the money that came from basically the sales of Air Products and Chemicals and Qualcomm, a lot of it went here because the company was down. I think it was closer to 10% on the day that they reported. Although there was nothing wrong with the business side of things, it went down a lot. So I bought more of this company. I really like this one. Like I said to you guys, I'll buy a little bit here and there whenever I get a chance for Salesforce. And this one, by the way, these screenshots is straight from Trading 212, so I'm not lying to you. And Mid America Apartments have been as also the other one where I bought. I think it was about 8 shares overall. I think at the time 8 or 9 shares, because I think I had about 49 shares, then it became 50 overall. And I'm going to continue buying Novo because Novo is down a lot, and I know, of course, there's a lot of uncertainty about the company, the competition, the compounding situation that's happening in the US and so on. But it doesn't worry me. I promise you, I'm not worried about that. Inshallah, in the long run, the company is a very healthy business, and they will innovate and will continue by basically selling Ozempic. And of course, Eli Lilly might have taken some shares, the market shares and so on, but let's see how it goes. Just a couple of things I want to share with you guys. This is all the sectors. So I try to have all the sectors as much as I can. Now, this is basically in all of it in trading US, basically. So the money side of things doesn't really make any sense, but it's just the percentages of the portfolio. So financials, we've got about 20%. When I click financials, you'll see the companies that are in there. You've got basically S&P Global, you've got MSCI, you've got Visa and Microsoft and so on. Not Microsoft, Visa and MasterCard card, if I mean. And then you've got information technology, which is basically the 4 companies or 5 companies that I've had in the portfolio for a very long time. And the 4 of them, ASML, Broadcom, Salesforce, and Qualcomm. Qualcomm, like I said to you guys, I've trimmed it a little bit recently. We've got basically the industrials, which used to be actually one of my top holdings, but it's come down a little bit now. ADP, UNP, UPS, and SMC, CMI. Why am I reading it backwards? Cummins. I really like all of them. I'm not selling any of them. UPS is the one that I have had question marks over the last whatever weeks, but it looks like it's going to bounce back at some point. The next one, by the way, you can pause the video and just have a quick look if you need to. Hershey, Procter & Gamble, and Reckitt Benckiser. So again, all of them, I really like them. I'm not going to sell them. Next one is materials. The only 2 basically companies in there. Healthcare, we've got 3. I'm going to hold on to all of them. I'm not selling. I'm not doing anything crazy with them. Energy is building up again, which is really nice. These 2 companies, I really like them. I like the dividend growth as well. Real estate, we only have that 1 company. And finally, consumer discretionary, I've only got 1 company. I really would like to add more consumer discretionary, but the issue is the companies that are in there are very much either down, like Nike and so on, or some of them are not Sharia compliant. So that's basically the sectors that I have, or the companies that I've got in the portfolio. What I'm going to do, like I said to you guys, I'm going to share the PDFs of the portfolios and the averages and all of that, inshallah, here. All the buys and sales also will go on here. And if you can join us and send me your subscribe or portfolios, that would be absolutely amazing. And just final thing is the dividend expected. Basically, this again is in dollars. Again, slightly different because there are some companies like September, for example. I'll just show you what I mean. September, I'm expecting Reckitt Benckiser to pay me, but they're not paying me $21. They're paying me way more than that. Okay, and again, it includes the of course the taxes and all of that stuff. So this is basically more or less what I'm expecting moving forward from this company in September. So August, about 224 in dollars. Again, the same. Basically, you can pause the video and have a look at that. So that's what I'm expecting. Final thing I want to show you guys is currently this is basically where majority of the money comes from. Okay, this one here you can see is Rio Tinto, £534 a year. That's how much I'm receiving. The next one that's the highest, it's UPS. I'm expecting £272 and so on. Again, I'm going to include the PDF, all that information, so you can get access to that, inshallah. Anyway, I'm going to stop the video here. I hope you're enjoying this type of content. Again, being honest and being transparent, showing you what I'm doing. Again, I'm not trying to show off or anything. So I know some of you got nicer portfolios, bigger portfolios than I have, which is absolutely amazing to see. And yeah, let's continue helping each other with this ummah. Just if you can share your journey, with us, that would be absolutely amazing. Go to the comment section, tell me what companies you own, why you own them, and just let's help each other, inshallah, as much as we can, because that's all we can do. Okay, anyway, let me stop here. Have a wonderful day. Assalamu Alaikum.